Been playing over this chord progression for the last, or these two chords, for the last couple of months. C6-9 on the 3rd fret, and an F major 7 with a sharp 4, flat 5, whatever. Really open sound. F7-9 up on this, up at the 8th fret works. It's a nice color over the top of that. And the C, kind of similar shape off the 6th string at the 8th fret with the G on top, G triad. Really nice complementing chords. But it's a nice couple of chords to play triads over, you know, F, E, C, G, F, G, F, and C. I mean, 1, 4, 5 over the top of that. Just a nice sound. And of course that B is a really nice color tone, being the 7th of the C and the flat 5 on the F. It's kind of a nice sound. Need to come up with some complementing chords here, finish out some of these ideas. I know I posted on I think Instagram, or maybe the YouTube community recently, about kind of gotten a spark of creativity musically recently, which tends to happen over the winter because I don't get out as much. Didn't do any water, sadly, from like November 20th until this past Sunday. That was really no excuse having dry suits. I should have been out at least on flat water. But anyway, coulda, shoulda, wouldas. Doesn't really matter. We're out today. I took a week off, get a little recharge here. I was just burned out, especially over the holidays. We had a critical project that had to be done, and half the team was out on vacation, so really it was myself and an offshore resource teammate, developer, and manager up in New York. We pulled it off. A lot of pressure, but just kind of needed to detach from things for a little bit here, get a recharge. Mountain bike trails seem to keep looping back all over themselves, but we're on the B7, so I'm assuming these are meters, or so B7. I forget what I started on, but it's really the distance and the terrain. It's okay if we crisscross a little bit. It's not like we're going from Georgia to Maine today. Oh, the boardwalk. Down on the boardwalk. Floodplain. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to assume, yes. So funny. Was sitting on the front porch this morning having a cup of coffee. I mean, age is relevant, but not. 65. I'll be 66 in September, but I mean, I know I'm getting older, but still have a lot of fight left in me, a lot of energy. I can do 5 more years working. That'll put me in a good position for retirement, because this is what I plan to do in retirement: hiking, biking, and kayaking, camping. Kind of an outdoors guy. But my point being, I remember being a small child, because I even looked it up today about colored television. Of course, I think they said it was late 50s, but then I saw 49, you know, and a Hispanic guy and an Italian guy. Anybody, you know how the whole political scene goes. But when I was a small child with the TV on, most television shows were black and white. I can't remember when we got a colored television, but I'm just saying, with the phone that everybody carries in their pocket, that I have on my strap on my backpack here. No knock against the technology by any stretch, but I'm just saying, having grown up kind of out in the country, I mean, my parents were not poor, but we were definitely not rich. But it's all relative. When you're a kid, you really don't know unless you really are poor. And I don't really recall days like that. I mean, we didn't have an abundance of everything, but I don't ever remember us not having what we needed. But again, what does a small child know that he needs? But my great-grandparents lived in a a wooden home. I don't even know if it was insulated. That looks like more of a biking. Walkers, let's go this way. I'm just saying, it was tin roof. They had a wood stove. And when relatives would come visit, you know, their grandkids, my parents, there were 3 of us. There was one aunt that had 7, another aunt that had 4, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 kids between all the siblings. And you know, there'd be 4 of us, 5 of us in a bed under about 4 or 5 blankets. We were young, but I mean, you know, we were toddlers or old. I mean, older. You know, no, probably 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there. But I remember those family trips. You know, and they hadn't. It was an outhouse. They did not have indoor bathroom. So, I mean, I grew up kind of around that. You know, my parents